Life is complicated. It seems like every time things are going smoothly and you're getting comfortable with your circumstances, everything takes a 180 and leaves you trying to regain your footing in this formidable world. There will always be obstacles that you have to overcome and ups and downs that keep you on your toes, and it can get exhausting. I get that. I just went through some big personal changes in my life, and I'm still trying to figure out how to interpret them. My girlfriend and I just broke up, I just graduated college and moved to a different part of my city where I'm further away from all of my friends, and the path towards my future is something that I really need to figure out in upcoming months. It feels like everything has changed for me in the last few months, and it could sometimes be hard to figure out how I'm supposed to adapt to these changes and keep my mental health strong in the process. After this relationship that just ended, I decided to sit back and take some time for myself, to reminisce on the past few months of my life and to figure out what the fuck is going on. And it got me thinking. No, not about the solution to my problems, but about Minecraft. Yes, the game. And I came to a conclusion that, well, Minecraft imitates life. Let me explain what I mean. Like a lot of people who are watching this video, I've been playing Minecraft for over 12 years, and my progression with how I've treated this game has changed drastically over time. Nothing in gaming will ever match the feeling of playing Minecraft with my friends and family in early 2010. The awe, the mystery, the excitement, and the circumstances of my life at this time created this amazing, warm, nostalgic feeling that will never be reciprocated. This is what I would call the new phase of Minecraft. But it didn't stop there, and I would consistently play the game with my friends for years to come. From 2011 to 2014 were the golden years of Minecraft, and these are the years that most people probably have the fondest memories of. I remember the old worlds that my friends and I spent countless hours making on the Xbox 360 version of the game, and we made generic, simple, ugly-ass houses when we didn't know what we were doing, that would later evolve into entire cities with shops for rent and economies with dozens of people involved. These worlds still exist today, and when I plugged in my Xbox 360 for the first time in years to hop on and check them out, I went for a true emotional journey. Robokast, what are you getting on about? What are you even— this has nothing to do with the title of the video. But don't worry, my friend, I'm getting there. A Minecraft world acts as a sort of time capsule, not only for the specific blocks and buildings that were there, but for what was going on in your life at that time. Going back to my very first Minecraft world, I can see that I was obviously experimenting with the game and trying to get a feel for how things worked. But I don't remember that specific process. I don't remember the first time I learned that you could use a painting to cover a secret room, or the first time that I tamed a dog with a bone. I remember what was going on in my life at that time and the unexplainable feeling that I had inside of me at that moment. I remember staying up late on a school night with my friend Ryan, working on digging a giant hole in the ground. I remember the exciting feeling of getting home from school, hopping on and waiting to see that notification that Low C Outdoors was online where we could continue our adventures. I didn't have a phone. I couldn't text Ryan and tell him to hop on Minecraft or join the Discord server. I messaged him entirely through Xbox, and when that notification came up, it was like having a long-lost friend returning from his crazy adventures in life. My dad lived in the middle of nowhere, dozens of miles away from Ryan's house, so the only way that we could spend time together was through these Minecraft worlds. We grew up and went through the challenges of life through our experiences on Minecraft, and even if we were busy with our own middle school lives at the time, and with baseball practice and me going back and forth between my mom and my dad's house, we still had that shared time together on Minecraft. And that is really where our friendship thrived. As I got older, I moved in full-time with my mom instead of my dad, and I could spend more time with Ryan and lots of my other friends in person instead of through the game. And while we did hang out and have sleepovers and all that stuff, we also continued our adventures in Minecraft. Mine and Ryan's circles both grew, and these new people were introduced to our Minecraft worlds to signify that they're a part of our lives. Our simple, little survival worlds evolved into massive villages with economies and jobs and shops for rent and all sorts of cool ways to make us feel like we were contributing to something bigger. My friend Austin joined the world, and my friend Javid joined the world, and all of these random people who we'd met through COD or other games or in real life would hop in and share a small fragment of mine and Ryan's lives in this virtual game world. Our city evolved, and more people joined together to work on this bigger vision of ours. As I was developing my identity in the real world, getting some structure and consistency in my life, and growing up, my worlds grew up with me. They went through the same evolution that Ryan and I went through, and you could see how we were becoming real, unique people with our own personalities instead of a jumbled mess of random ideas that don't go together at all. Our unstructured, weird-ass house with doors that didn't line up and oh my god, I'm gonna throw up, you could hit your head on the roof, turned into structure, consistency, and maturity. And as we grew as people and our networks expanded, those people are signified by the additions that they made to our worlds. Eventually, things changed though, and while the memories that we shared will forever live on in this virtual time capsule, it's a bit different now. I could hop on these worlds today, and something is missing. The world is quiet, empty, and lacking the charm, excitement, and personality that it had before. But why? What changed? Well, everything. Ryan and I grew up, went to different high schools, and fell in love with our high school girlfriends. We drifted away from gaming, but also from each other. Ryan got married and now has 2 kids and is working full-time. My high school relationship, like most, really didn't work out, but now I live 2 hours away from my hometown and I'm working full-time in marketing and doing YouTube on the side. Austin, another one of my close friends, is also working full-time and he has a kid of his own. And the countless other people who we knew only by their online aliases are gone into the void, with us never getting to know who they truly were and what they're doing with their lives today. I wonder if these people ever think about these memories the way that I do. They serve such a significant role in my development as a person, but for them it could just be a small, meaningless sliver of their billions of memories throughout their lives. Again, that's how life works. You pull meaning out of things that have a large impact on you, and obviously, Minecraft and gaming as a whole have had a huge one on me. I mean, if I didn't play Minecraft, I wouldn't have ever started out on YouTube and you wouldn't be watching this video today. So of course, I'm gonna spend some time reminiscing on how I got here, but that may not be the case for everyone. But there's another level to this. Of course, the worlds in Minecraft imitate life, and as people move on, the past will be behind them, waiting to be revisited when you have some free time. It's not just the worlds though, it's the way the game is played. I recently started a Minecraft server with 4 or 5 of my friends. It's a plain vanilla server, and I decided that I was going to make it and invite my friends in order to try to recreate the exact feelings that I'm communicating in this video. To bring back the old feelings of Minecraft. To create more memories that will last a lifetime. But that hasn't happened yet. We all play super inconsistently, I have no motivation to spend hours and hours in the game world, and everyone's differing schedules and different time zones really makes it hard to organize a solid play session. Half of my friends downloaded X-Ray and had full netherite armor in a day, and one of them even went on to kill the Ender Dragon without the rest of us. Can you believe that? The forsaken sin of not fighting the Ender Dragon with the homies. How could someone even do that? The Minecraft experience has somehow turned into a rat race to complete meaningless tasks in the shortest amount of time as possible to progress. Because you have to progress the way you're supposed to and beat the game and do it the right way. Because of this, progress is made quickly and everyone gets bored. There's no longer any mystery or excitement in the game. There's much less goofing off and experimenting with the sandbox world that has so many opportunities in it. It's a linear process now, and it's not very fun because of it. It's an old and tired path that we're forcing ourselves to go down in order to get that hit of dopamine and to make us feel like we used to when we used to play the game. But it's not the same, and it never will be. As we've gotten older, have gotten jobs, gone to college, had breakups, deaths, births even, we tend to lose some of that adventure that we used to have. People become complacent in their lives, and their lives become meaningless, fragile, and boring. Why would you experiment and play when time is now a valuable resource and you need to be as efficient as possible at all times? Why waste time when there's other things you could be doing? Life is a looping roller coaster of increasing speed, and stepping off the train is scary and dangerous, so why do it? Here's the thing though, all you have to do is pull the brake lever. You may not have realized it, but the entire time you've had the ability to stop that roller coaster. You just haven't turned around to see that there's a way to do it. Rushing through the game in Minecraft defeats the entire purpose of living in a sandbox world with no limits to your creativity. If you're so focused on killing the next Ender Dragon, getting your next full set of netherite armor, and beating the game to make progress, you aren't going to have a good experience. You may miss those old Minecraft experiences, but when you keep playing the game like this, you will never get them. The only way to experience the world the way it was designed to be experienced is to hit those brakes, get off the roller coaster, and explore the rest of the world. Then you will truly be able to enjoy it again. Yes, we all grow up, we all get busy, we all get distracted by financial, romantic, and other endeavors. But the only way to truly create memories like the ones that you were so fond of back in the early Minecraft days is to take some time to truly enjoy yourself and to experiment with life the way that you did with your first Minecraft world.